It's time for us to get all musical today, bringing Zanah Afrikan, who's a 23-year-old hip-hop artist from Johannesburg, and it seems like she's very culturally aware about her identity as an African. We're looking forward to her EP that's coming up later in the month of September. It's titled First Daughter, and it's a very interesting exploration there. It looks at being a first daughter, from early responsibility to the resilience it builds. I know I'm the first son, so I feel you, Zanah Afrikan, the responsibility of being the first. Welcome on the show, Zanah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Are we saying your name right, Zanah Afrikan?
Yes, definitely.
All right, fantastic. Zanah, you are pretty young, and you are actually exploring a genre that many black women don't really think they belong to anymore when it comes to hip-hop. Mm-hmm. Why did you get into hip-hop? How did it happen?
Well, I would say that I'm a poet at heart.
Yes.
And so, the beat just, adds, the nice rhythm to it. But
nice.
I'm a poet at heart, so it's always been that.
It's great because we were speaking about poetry just in the hour before.
Sure.
And the way that poetry coexists with the world of hip-hop has always been quite interesting, because a lot of hip-hop artists, well, back in the day, did start from a poetry perspective.
Yes.
So when did you bridge that gap, between the poetry and then going into hip-hop?
I would say as early as 2015, 2014.
Oh, wow. How old were you then?
Gosh, I was like 14, 15.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I was pretty young. Around that time.
And what made you get into hip-hop? Give us a little bit. Was it maybe a sibling? Was it something that was happening in school?
It was actually Lauryn Hill's music.
Oh, yeah.
The
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
That is one goated body of work, It really inspired me. I was like, oh my God, everything that she speaks about is something that I relate to, and it's things that I also want to speak about, because, they're from lived experiences, and as a black woman, we are like bound to experience all those things one way or the other. And it seems like that's the message that I also want to continue.
It's a powerful message, because it really is one that conscientizes us. I mean, when you think about that Lauryn Hill album, I heard it when I think I was of the same age as you, and it seems like there's a generational bridging of that album, because we're from different generations, but the same album appeals to us, and it kind of like gender boundaries are also crossed by that particular album. It's one thing to get an influence, right, from like a Lauryn Hill album, but then when you now have to start doing it, how did that happen?
Oh gosh, you literally just took me back to my first studio session, which was not good, by the way. But I guess from there on, I just started, freestyling on top of beats. I remember my friends in high school would send me random beats, instrumentals off of famous hip hop songs, and I would just, write my own there and try to rap and rhyme. And from there, I remember releasing my first EP called Woke Season.
How old were you then?
Gosh, I think I was 17.
You were so brave, hey?
Yeah, I was 17.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was just before COVID, actually. I released the EP, and then I was like, okay, you know what? I actually love this. It was beautifully received, and I was like, okay, I am doing this.
Okay, so from that being beautifully received, before it was even received at all, let's speak about the process, right? Because from poetry, you started incorporating the music, and then you're going into hip hop. But to get into a studio and actually make music is a completely different thing altogether. So tell us about that particular part of your journey.
Well, like I said, my first studio session was, it was a complete mess. I don't even know how to talk about it that much, because it's a bit embarrassing, but I would say that it was that experience really taught me that, okay, you know what, I want to come back to studio. I want to make more music. I want to write more music. I wasn't really strong on my subject matter at the time. So anything that rhymed, so I would just, if rhymed with lights, then it gets on the song.
I'm that kind of rapper, the cat in the mat.
Yes. That was definitely me. But then as time went by, I was like, actually, I feel like there's just a whole lot of rappers or musicians who don't really have a message. And I really feel like that is exactly what's missing with the industry. I mean, the duty of an artist is to reflect the times. And I feel like a whole lot of us are just not reflecting the times, but we're reflecting a life that we would like to have, like the bling. I mean, you hear it in the lyrics, you know, it's very evident.
Yeah, we are fast in the music these
definitely.
days. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, you know what, I want to be different. If I am actually going to do this, then it has to have meaning, it has to have longevity. Like Miss Lauryn Hill's project, you said that you relate to it. Like, even though there's like the age difference as well, I am also looking to like make that kind of music. Well, I hope I am making that kind of music actually.
All right. Hear a little bit of that music. I'm really excited to hear your music. We're going to get a little bit conscientized today. We're going deep with Zanah Afrikan right here on Channel Africa. And she's a hip-hop artist from Johannesburg. And we're going to get a glimpse of some of her music and find out a little bit about that upcoming EP titled First Daughter. Do stay with us. It's 20 minutes past 11 o'clock Central African time.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix.
Bana Boy huyu anajulikana kama Damini Ebunolua Ogolo, maarufu kama Bana Boy. Alizaliwa Julai 2 mwaka 1991. Ni mwimbaji na mwandishi wa nyimbo kutoka nchini Nigeria. Alipata umaarufu mnamo mwaka 2012 baada ya kutoa wimbo wake wa kwanza kabisa ambao ulijulikana kwa jina la Like to Party kutoka ndani ya studio Live 2013. Mnamo mwaka wa 2017 Bana Boy alisaini na bendi Habit Atlantic Records huko Marekani na One Music Group. Albamu yake ya tatu ya studio ya nje 2018 iliweka alama ya kwanza ya lebo yake. Mnamo mwaka 2019 alishinda sheria ya kimataifa ya bora kabisa kwenye tuzo za BET za 2019. Alitangazwa pia kama msanii wa Apple Music Next.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
The KZN Convention Bureau, in collaboration with Millvest Advisory and City of Umhlatuze, bring you the 2025 Tourism Investment Forum Africa. By positioning these regions for sustainable growth, TIFA helps drive their economic ambitions while providing access to critical capital, networks, and strategic insights on investment in trade-in services sectors such as tourism. Join us for TIFA 2025 from August 27th to August 29th at Tembela Venue, Richards Bay, KZN, South Africa. Be part of the movement transforming tourism and infrastructure in Africa.
Palesa and Benjamin fuel your day with fresh African perspective on Channel Africa.
Breathe, now I cannot trust us heavy pull the liquor. 5 shots and I crash to the bitter. All the split was smoke it up in the blinker. Oh wait, no I can't find my lighter. The third one, hey Philip, if you see my lighter. It's the third one this week, honestly I keep losing my suppressing my feelings. Like people that need me, I show up, I handle my think I might be going crazy. All of these expectations can't move out of desperation. Truly I run out of patience. It's a battle, I'm filled up with vengeance. Think I might be going crazy. Call on my mama, I think that I'm losing it. Headed on low, and man, I'm tripping. Think I might be going crazy.
This one is titled Crazy. Zanah Afrikan is joining us here in our studios. Beautiful sound indeed. Also one that's going to be part of your upcoming EP titled First Daughter. You spoke a little bit before we went to a break about how you want your music to have meaning. And so it's only, perfect to ask you every time we hear a song, what goes behind the song and really your thought process that went into this. So tell us about this particular single, Crazy.
Okay, so this song, I actually wrote it while I was going through some things.
Yeah.
And I felt that I was just longing for my mother and, I was just longing for the support because everything was just getting too much, the responsibilities, having to show up for myself, having to show up for my siblings, and having to just keep a straight, sane mind through all of that. So I just felt that, okay, maybe this song can just comfort me, through that and prevent me from actually going crazy.
I like that because, let's speak a little bit more about that lyricism. You trying to make sure that you make a mark and you speak about things that matter through your music. But at the same time, you're also trying to navigate your life and actually going through things. So how do you either put them together or separate the two, your own lived experiences versus the experiences you want us to know about in the music?
Well, I'd like to say that I'm an open book, right? So I would say that, so far, the things that I have went through, I am not really afraid of putting them into lyrics because I'd like to say that my experiences as a woman are not that special. One way or the other, there are other women out there going through what I am going through. And so if I am expressing that, it means that someone out there will relate and say, hey, maybe I'm not so alone. Maybe I'm not so crazy. So, yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
I feel like it goes to that idea of first daughter and the responsibilities of just also being a woman and femininity in our modern times. What are the themes that stick out for you with your music? And you're like, you know what? These are the themes that I connect with, and this is the kind of messaging that I want to take out there.
I would say feminine energy more than anything. I believe that today's world doesn't really allow women to be fully in their feminine energy. We are forced to be men of the households. We are forced to play all these roles. And on top of that, we don't really get the recognition and the respect that we actually deserve. So I would say that those are the themes feminine energy, healing, positivity, and a good time, because not everything has to be all serious and sad and gloomy, and a good time because we need to have a good time.
A good time is definitely important. Yes. And so when we play the music as well, we're also having a good time because we're jamming to it. But let's speak also about some of your experiences within the hip hop space as you're trying to grow and you're trying to collaborate and navigate, finding yourself in spaces sometimes that even shock you. So tell us a little bit about those experiences, how you've been navigating the world of hip hop, the world of music, and the people that you've been connecting with.
Okay, one thing I would say I have realized is that the industry has no friends.
Yeah.
It's one thing that I've had to realize, painfully so even. And so I realized that actually as a woman, it is very important to hold down your own, especially in the entertainment industry. They will try to mold you into doing that, being more sensual in your music. And there's the thing that if a woman is obviously not that sensual, then it means that she's not dope or she's not really worth looking at. Or she's not going to sell. Or she's not going to sell, you see. And so that's literally one of the things that I am also navigating because I am not going to sit here and say I am the first to sell or I am the first to make it easy. It definitely is not. It's not easy at all, right? But just keeping to myself and holding on to the reason, my why. My why always reminds me of the reason why I started, and I guess that kind of makes it a bit more bearable. And the support that I've also received actually from people who actually understand that music is music. Music is not for all the other reasons that the industry actually makes it out to be. Kind of makes it very easy for me, and I would say that.
I think that's powerful, maintaining your own truth while keeping your own integrity and self-identity. Because most of the time, female artists are molded to being something that they actually don't want to be.
Yeah.
How do you keep your head high?
gosh, I mean, I'm a Leo, so I mean, I guess that should be reason enough.
Sure.
Like nothing like really convinces me to say, oh my God, you're not good enough. Like it's literally from within. Like I am just that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got an EP coming up, First Daughter. Tell us where we can find it and when it's coming out and what you're excited about in terms of your schedule when it comes to your musical explorations for the rest of the year.
Okay, so the EP is coming out last week of September.
Nice.
I mean, it's spring, so obviously we'll be blooming with spring with the EP.
Nice.
It's my first body of work this year. I have two other EPs, Woke Season and Metamorphosis. And what's really exciting about this EP is that now I really talk about my experiences, and I know very well that there are people out there who will definitely relate to the music. So it's not your hype, let's get, but it's definitely real stories, real experiences, and definitely a good time because, like I said again, we are not just gonna make conscious music and actually not have
course.
fun.
We need to party as well.
Yeah, we need to party as well.
Okay, where can we find Zanah Afrikan? Let us know where people can find you and find your music.
On Instagram, I am at Zanah Afrikan _ZA. On Facebook, Zanah Afrikan. I am not on X. That place is very toxic. I'm good with it. And then on all platforms like your Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, literally any music platform, I am there.
Yeah, that's Zanah spelled ZANAH with Afrikan, Africa with an N, and of course that can is a K, Afrikan, AFRAKAN. Just so you find it properly, so I had to spell that for you. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's been fun hanging out with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.